The town of Barnstable moves forward with plans to purchase a parcel of land on Sandy Neck. More improvements are on the way for one of Barnstable's Little League fields, and more money will be needed to complete town hall renovations. These stories and more on this episode of Barnstable Today. It's Tuesday, May 19th, 2015. I'm Sarah Mannel. A plan to purchase 14 acres of land on Sandy Neck moves forward. This week, the Community Preservation Committee voted to move the project to application status. Director of Community Services Lynn Poyant urged the committee to support the purchase before the vote.
We are looking for the ability to apply for funds in order to acquire an open space parcel. It's map and parcel 339/002. with an address of 0 Sandy Neck, Barnstable, Mass. On Sandy Neck Beach. The agreed upon purchase price with the seller is $295,000. The property of interest encompasses 14 acres, more or less, of dunes and includes north-facing beach frontage on Little Neck. It extends from Trail 6 north of the cottage colony to the open water, and you should have received a map that was attached to it. A petition to partition this property has been accepted by the Barnstable County Probate Court to sell this property, and attorney Charles Sabat has been appointed to settle the matter on behalf of the owners. We believe that Barnstable's already exceptional Sandy Neck Beach would be further enhanced by acquiring this missing piece of the park. There are deadlines that must be met in order to stay in compliance with the probate court timeline that has been established for this sale, and the request will need to be expedited to stay on this schedule.
Beach Park manager Nina Coleman described how beachgoers could access the 14-acre parcel of land.
So the access to the property would be from the front beach, either via hiking all the way from the gatehouse or parking with an off-road sticker at Trail 6 and hiking down the front beach. It's heavily used for access to the point. And then the other access, potential access, is from boat traffic, and they often moor out in front of there and are busy recreating on that property and in front of that property.
After some discussion, Town Council Vice President Ann Kennedy urged the board to support the purchase.
You asked a couple of questions that I would say, yes, it's a buildable lot, because there is no such thing as a non-buildable lot. After 12 years being on this council, I can attest to you that that is the case. And with enough, as Nina alluded to, enough litigation, enough patience, enough money, I think that anybody could challenge the permitting hurdles that are currently present on this, which costs us money as a town.
My line of question was geared towards more eminent domain acquisition rather than purchase.
With eminent domain, as we have seen in other parcels, you never know what you may have a good case for eminent domain, but you don't know what a jury will return as the worth. And I would say $296,000 is a steal for 14 acres of pristine land.
I was surprised it was so. Yeah.
All but one member voted in favor of moving the land purchase to application status. The Community Preservation Committee will hear final plans during its next meeting, June 22nd. More improvements are on the way for the new Barnstable Little League field behind the Barnstable Community Horace Mann Charter Public School. Joe Scott, president of Barnstable Little League, requested the Community Preservation Committee allot $117,000 to complete the necessary lighting and landscaping.
Just want to let you know the league is in great shape and everyone's excited about our new field down there. What's going on down there right now, there's little kids playing baseball. There's kids playing on those playgrounds. The other night you had the rec soccer there. I would say there was close to 200 kids playing down there. The field's really changed the chemistry of that area down there, and I think it's for the better. The reason for our visit today is to put the finishing touches on what has become a community-wide project. The Linda and Paula Russo Foundation has donated another $25,000 towards this effort. And we are seeking an additional $117,000 to pay for lights and installation, as well as plant material for the bioretention and trees and plants to go around the facility. Sharon Rooney of the Cape Cod Commission has donated a planting plan for us, and she is willing to come down and help space the plants and stuff like that. So she's really on board with that. The electrical part and the lights we really can't do. We have to get people to install that for us. But all the plant material, we've reached out to Lower Cape Tech, various other groups throughout the town, and I know several people have already said they would help install all these plants. So we're really looking to get these plants planted on all volunteer labor, and maybe get the kids from the school involved there. I know the tech kids from the horticulture, they stopped down when we were building the field, so they were excited about that, and I know it would be something coming up for their next year. It would be like a September planting. We can kind of go over the budget here of what we're looking for.
Sure.
I think everyone has that in front of them. So phase 1 is complete. We had our opening ceremonies May 2nd. Everything went off great. And so the things that we're looking for, like I mentioned briefly in the beginning, was $110,000 for lighting, $15,000 for plant material, bleachers we already have in there, paving materials we already have in there, scoreboard and stuff like that is already in there. We used some of that LaRusso money to get that stuff up and running for the beginning of the year. So we're really looking for money for the lights and the plant material to put the finishing touches on this project. So
The Community Preservation Committee voted unanimously to allocate $117,000 for Phase 2 of the Barnstable Little League field. The funding will need final approval from Town Council. A project to renovate 2 stairwells and 1 hallway in Town Hall will be able to wrap up soon, thanks to additional community preservation funds. Town architect John Juros requested the Community Preservation Committee allot an additional $185,000 to complete the project.
A lot of the work that has been done and more work that will be done has been done through Structures and Grounds. We have employed various vendors for different disciplines, and we will continue to do that. But as you know, you saw the east stairwell that we're working in there. They're starting to proceed now to put the stair treads in and start to work on that. We'll be doing between levels 3 and 4. And we've gone after some of the hazardous material, which is just really a liner of paper that was down under the floor. So we've gone through that. So we've turned up all the stones, I think, at this point, to figure out what we have there. And Mark and Keith have done a great job in my office to do that, along with Steve Sutherland and Brian. So it is moving along a bit slowly. We are always at the mercy of seasonal work that Structures and Grounds have to do. They're doing the docks now and preparing the beaches and that kind of thing, and that's why things slow down. We get great value for our money, but the expense is the timing that we take. So we anticipate completing that east stairwell probably in about another 8 weeks or so. Then we're going to move across. We'll start to do some work in the west stairwell. So I'd say we probably should be out of the east by maybe mid-August, and then we'll move into the west stairwell. Some of that has some structural work that we have to do. You'll see us putting in some steel on one level. And then we'll continue on with all the other pieces. And then the last, so that piece will take pretty much into probably to Thanksgiving or better. And then we'll get into the first floor and tie that whole thing together on the main level.
The Community Preservation Committee voted unanimously in support of the expense. The funding request will next go before Town Council for final approval. We'll be sure to tune in to our hour-long news program, Barnstable This Morning, weekdays at 7 a.m. On tomorrow's show, we will talk with Director of Growth Management Joanne Miller-Buntich. We talk with Finance Director Mark Milne. Plus, we'll have all the news and information you need. For Barnstable Today, I'm Sarah Mannel.